Hey there, kindergarten, welcome back. This is Miss Hershey here, and this is going to be Paper Cutouts Project Part 1. So I have here some of the paper that went home with you. So you should have 2 big sheets of colored construction paper. You're only going to need 1 today. Mine is a light yellow. You're going to have sort of a half sheet of construction paper. You're going to have another half sheet going the other way, and then you should have some smaller pieces as well. So we're going to use 3 of those smaller pieces, and we're going to save 3 for the other project. We are going to be doing paper cutouts today. So hopefully you watched the video on Henri Matisse and how he did painting with scissors using paper cutouts. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna start with one of our half papers. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it. And you might not have a lot of experience with scissors, and that's okay. So what I want you to do is I just want you to kind of start cutting your paper and making curves. And almost like you're driving on a really windy road with your scissors on your paper. I want you to just cut some shapes. And parents or adults that are there helping, this is going to be a little tough for some of our littler hands, especially those that are used to cutting on lines. So just let them kind of explore with the scissors. And we're going to cut all around until we have a funky shape. So there's my funky shape. And then you can save these scraps for other projects. They can be kind of fun. So there's my first funky Matisse shape. This guy here, I'm going to do kind of the same thing. I'm going to start at the bottom. And I'm just cutting like I'm cutting up like a curved road, or think of something in nature, like a tree or a flower, something that's not going to have a lot of hard shapes on it, more soft, curvy shapes. And these certainly do not have to be perfect and stuck. Now, if you watch how Miss Hershey cuts, I turn my paper as I cut. That makes the paper work for me. I don't rely on turning my hands and my scissors. You'll see that my scissors are pretty much pointing away from my body the entire time. And I'm turning the paper to make it work for me. So I'm going to show you that right now. Scissors are pointing away from me. My body's back here. They're pointing away from me. And you're going to watch how I'm going to turn my paper more than I'm turning my scissors. And just be careful. All right, so there's my second kind of funky shape. And we're just going to keep doing these funky shapes on our papers. Now these papers are a little thicker, so they might be a little harder for small hands to cut. So be careful. And again, I'm mostly turning my paper. And these are just crazy shapes. They don't look like anything in particular. Just weird looking shapes. This one I'm going to make it look kind of like fingers maybe. Matisse had some finger looking shapes. Curve it around. Like I said, this is a thicker paper, so be careful with your little hands. And then maybe I'll do another finger-like one. So this time I'm going to start at the bottom. You don't want them to be exactly the same, and they most likely will not be either, because this is a little bit harder project for some of us. Okay. And that is our shapes cut out. So you should have 5 shapes. You should have 3 smaller ones, a tall, skinny one, and kind of a short, fat one. And we are going to glue these onto our paper now. So not only are we talking about paper cutouts, we're talking about what's called overlapping. So pick which shape you want to glue on first. I'm going to go with this yellow guy. So I'm going to flip them over, glue on the back. I'm using my purple glue so you guys can see, making sure to get it on all the little parts of the fingers. And I'm just going to plop this guy down anywhere you want on your paper. Anywhere you want. Okay. Then I think I'm going to do the other yellow one. So again, I'm going to flip it over, glue on the back, and I'm going to glue that one on. Now they are not touching each other. They are not friends. They're neighbors though. They're not holding hands. They're just kind of hanging out in the same neighborhood. Now let's go to one of our bigger shapes. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my green shape. So there's really no way to put this green shape on here that he's not going to be touching my other shapes, which is fine. That's what overlapping is. So I'm going to turn him around until I find a way that I like him to go. And once I find that, then I can put my glue on. So I think I like him here like this. He's on top of this yellow shape and on top of this one, and that's what we call overlapping. So I'm going to go ahead and do my glue. Ooh, I'm almost out of glue. I'm going to make sure to get every little bump on my weird shape. Okay. And then I'm going to flip him and stick him. He can go right up to the edge of the paper. We want to use as much of our big paper as we can. Rub gentle. Remember, banging on your paper never helps your glue stick better. Now for my biggest guy. So he's got a flat edge here, which I want to line up with the edge of my paper somehow. So I've got to decide where this guy's going and how. And I kind of like him right there, I think. Be a little further over. So I'm going to flip him. Carefully do my glue because I'm almost out of glue. See if I can't make my little bit of glue last me this whole project. And we're out. Miss Hershey needs a new glue. All right, I'm back with a brand new glue. Let's redo some of these areas that might have dried up a bit. Doing every bump on my weird shape, remember. Then we're gonna flip and stick. Smooth gently, nicely, smoothing it down. Okay. And then my last shape is my green one, and he's gonna overlap too because there's no room for him anywhere else. And that's okay, these shapes are overlapping, they're on top of each other. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Okay, so that is our shape collage. That's our first shape collage, our organic shape collage. These are organic shapes. Organic shapes are round and curvy. So I want to see a picture of this, upload it into Schoology. And then if you want to, these scraps, these are really fun looking scraps. If you want to save these and do something with them, a project on your own, you can. They'll make a fun little project. So that's an option for you guys if you want. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.